the rudder! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for this day.
For your final one.
Because I can't party too much now because I have spinal herniated disc, so I can't have it.
You could still party with a herniated disc.
Baby, it's really bad. I just have
you can't tabletop dance maybe, but you know.
This is the plaintiff, Dolores Williams. She says she hired the defendant to make 2 custom Roaring 20s outfits for her 60th birthday party extravaganza. She went to 3 fittings and wasted her time and money because the woman didn't deliver the dresses in time for the party. She was forced to go out and buy a dress off the rack. The woman won't return her money, and she's suing for the $2,611.45 she's owed. This is the defendant, Allison Simmons. She says the plaintiff's a hothead who lost her temper at one of their fittings, took the dress off in a huff and stormed out. A week later, she called and said stop all work on the outfits, but they'd already been completed. When the woman's party was over, she came in and demanded her money back. She's sorry, but she simply doesn't work for free and refuses to give that woman a darn penny. She's accused of dressing down a customer.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milan in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Dolores Williams, you are suing Allison Simmons and her store. You're the owner?
Yes.
All right, for $2,611.45 that you say she owes you because she breached a contract to make you some dresses. Tell me what happened.
First of all, I never signed a contract. Never, ever had to sign a contract with Ms.
But did you make
Simmons.
a contract?
There was never no contract to make.
Okay,
Just
you understand that a contract could be in writing or
Just
it could be verbal,
Verbal,
right?
yeah, never anything.
Did you ask her to make you dresses?
Yes.
Did you agree on a price?
Yes.
Did you pay the price?
Yes.
And did she start the dresses?
Yes.
What part of that's not a contract?
Okay,
so
I
you
just
have an invoice, but you don't have like some contract
Well, I thought it was
that's
a
in
written
writing.
contract.
I got it.
Sorry.
That's
Okay,
okay.
sorry.
Let me see the invoice, though. Let me see the receipt. So how much were you going to pay, and what was the occasion?
It was for my 60th birthday party. My children was giving me a 60th birthday party, my final one because, you know, I'm quite injured. So they got together, surprise, and was going to give it to me.
I'm sorry, you
my
said
children.
your final one.
Because I can't party too much now because I have spinal herniated disc, so I can't have it.
You could still party with a herniated disc.
Baby,
What is
it's really bad. I just had
you can't tabletop dance, maybe, but you know.
something I wish I could have done.
Okay. It's never too late, honey.
Right.
All right. So you were going to pay how much?
It was $700. I paid in full $700.
So go ahead.
Her husband was really her husband. I did business with her. I might have got 1 or 2 calls from her saying to come in for a fitting, but it was her husband that I did business with. So I told them, I said I needed etiquette. So July.
But did you bring him a drawing or a picture of what you wanted?
My oldest daughter, yes, she got the picture. I presented it.
Okay. Who sketched this?
My daughter from her job. My oldest daughter sketched it.
I mean, it's really sexy.
Yes, it was supposed to be. It was supposed to have been very sexy.
Yes, indeedy. Like on
Great.
Tina
My
Turner,
daughter's a designer.
60
That's
sexy,
right.
like,
That's right.
fringes. It's like,
That's right. My daughter's a designer, so she designed everything.
I would let my daughter walk out in that. I'm
Yes,
not
baby.
sure I would. That's very pretty.
That
All
was
right.
my dream.
Good
that
for
was
you.
the dream.
You know
That was
what?
the
You
dream.
go. All
Yes,
right. So,
yes, Judge.
so what happens?
A couple of weeks went by. They took my measurements, the whole thing. I kept going back, telling me to come back for a fitting, 3 times or more. I went. There was nothing done. Only thing was what they had was where they put some material together with, some was with stick pins, some were with thread. When I put it on, I said, be careful, don't stick you. But I know how that goes. You got to, the beginning
That's
sketch.
how it works when you're having couture.
So I put it on, and I kept, saying, okay. But after the 3rd time of coming to try on, something should be together by then. But it was always the same one that she showed me. But I'm saying, okay, because this is June 30th. The party's not till August 24th. Don't rush her.
Okay, why did you say to them, forget it, I don't want you to finish this?
On August 16th.
Okay.
After going so many times, coming a couple of times, they're not there, nothing has been done. They're telling me to come. Now I have to go by cab. Somebody have to drive me because I'm disabled.
Okay, they're telling you to come
and I show.
And then you come, and according to you, there's been 0 progress each time.
The same.
Why are they telling you to come if there's 0 progress?
Judge,
they're going to say there was progress.
That's what I was. That's what I was.
So then on the 16th of August, you tell them what?
I told her let me just stop for right now.
Did you guys? Let me hear from you because I'm sure you're going to say a very different story. What was going on August 16th?
Dolores came in 4 different times. The first time she came in is a muslin of your design of your dress.
And muslin is a material that's like
a Chinese silk, a Chinese lining.
Yeah, and it's a mock-up of what the dress is going to be. So it's just like pieces of cotton that are put together like your dresses, and then you take them apart, and then you actually cut the real fabric and make the dress.
That is correct.
All right, put your hand down, go.
Mm-hmm. When she came out of the fitting room, she walked to the mirror, she says, fabulous.
This is what date?
The very first, on the 7th of July.
Okay.
She came in on the 30th, and she got her first fitting is a week later, on the 7th. She came in, she did her fitting. She said she wanted to make a change. Then I noted on my paperwork what changes she wanted to make.
What changes did she want to make?
She wanted to make it a different type of corset dress. The front of the corset was completely different from the sketch that we had the first time.
Okay, so do you have a different sketch in this?
Oh, yes.
Let me see the different sketch. Who made that sketch?
I did.
And you made that sketch at her request?
Yes.
And that was on what date?
That was actually on the 30th when she first came in. When she came to do her fitting on the 6th of July, we made the first change.
And what's the change?
The change is the seams that's in the front and the boning that's actually going down the front of the dress. Before it did not have that.
Well, and is the top of it different also or no?
Yes. The top is different.
And that was at her request?
That was at her request. The second time she came in, she brought in, she says, this is not working for me. I need to see a different look. She brought in a corset that she had at home.
Okay.
So now we have to take everything else apart, cut a whole new pattern to make that actual corset dress that she brought into me.
Okay, did you bring in a corset from home that you wanted her to change it to?
No, I didn't change the style of the bustier. This is how it's supposed to be made, and I brought my bustier from my house because he asked me if I could so his seamstress could follow to get it right.
Did you ever tell them that you wanted it to fit differently?
No, the only reason I told them I wanted to change it because they made that sketch that you see, Judge, where it came from. I don't know where they came from. When I asked
you just
Ron,
said they made it. You know
that sketch that you seen, which they showed me, that sketch was not this sketch, as you can see. It's a different whole dress.
No, but this, ma'am, did you know what you should do?
I noted.
No, listen. If I'm talking, why are you talking? You know what you should do? No, I don't care. I just want to say what I want to say. When somebody changes how they want something, you need to make them sign something saying, "I hereby approve of the following changes." Because she's now saying that the changes, that you guys just couldn't get the first thing right. She's not just suing you for the money she paid you to make the dresses. She's suing you for the money she paid to buy her, what did you call it, a Beyonce dress?
Beyonce dress.
Why is it a Beyonce dress?
Because would you like to see it?
Yes, I would. But why is it a Beyonce dress?
Because when I went to the dressmaker.
This
is one of her dresses she wore to her performance, so this is why it's
an imitation of what? You had somebody do okay.
Yes.
Wow.
This is how I want it to be, and this is what they tried. Not this particular one, but this is how the shimmy's supposed to be.
That's not your dress?
Yes, this is my dress that I had, the second one I had.
Is that the dress you wore to your party?
Yes. Oh, my arm is this heavy, sir.
Would you like to see it up there?
Yeah.
Really heavy. Really, really heavy. That's what I had to want. That's what I was supposed to look like. What I was trying to explain to them with the
Oh,
shimmy.
no, that's not this sketch
No,
at all.
that's the shimmies. No, that's not that.
Well,
that's the
there's
second
no
one.
such word as shimmies, okay? You wanted a flapper idea.
The flapper
You wanted
outfit.
fringe. This
Fringes.
looks like feathered fringe that you've got down here.
Yeah.
But if you can't explain what you want, that's not going to be their issue.
Your
This is
Honor.
really pretty. Very pretty.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Your Honor.
No, just a moment.
Sorry,
All right.
okay.
So according to you, she changes what she wants. And then what? When did the problem happen?
The problem happened after the third or fourth change.
And
When she
wait,
came
why
to-
third or fourth change? I mean, it's still a bustier. What's, you know?
No, because we have to go out and purchase new fabric. I made the second dress that she requested us to do. When she's fitting the dress, she says, just take me out of it. The piece that she has is nothing like what she asked me to design.
What do you have in that bag?
Actually, I have the lining fits that she asked us to make. I have the dress that she was fitting almost to the finish. The only thing we had to do was hem the bottom and put the fringes and the crystals onto the dress.
Can I see them? Do you have the fringes with you?
They're actually pinned to the dress.
Okay.
This is the first dress, Your Honor, where she asked for the bumps in the front, the
What do you mean the
zigzag,
bumps in the front?
the points that you were just requesting.
Okay.
Okay. This is her lining fit, which is actually, the lining is at the bottom, the fabric is just to the top.
Okay.
This is the actual second dress, which is made from her corset that she brought into us. Complete different
Made
design.
from it, or?
Actually, this is the make of her corset that she
Okay,
brought
so
into
it was
us.
modeled after the corset she brought in?
Yes.
What are those two straps that are there?
These are the straps from the corset that she had.
So
This
that
is
one
the
was not
exact
going to be a
duplicate.
strapless?
No, this was not going to be a strapless any longer.
Okay.
These are the crystal beadings that we had done for her for this particular style
And then,
dress.
but what's supposed to happen? It just keeps
It's-
going round and round and round?
Yes, and this is her final fitting. And this is when she says to me, I don't want anything. I don't want you to finish anything. On the second silk dress that she's requesting, this is the actual make of her dress, which is her lining fit.
You were going to have a dress change at your party?
Yes, after the cutting
She
of the
was
cake.
supposed to actually have three.
Just two.
It's like a quince.
The third
All right,
dress,
go ahead.
The third dress, I told her we could not complete the third dress. This is the
Wait,
second
the second dress. I can't see it.
This is the actual skirt, Flaherty. And this is her top, Flaherty. This is the fabric that we purchased to make this. Customized Versace.
I mean, you didn't get very far in the dresses. It doesn't look.
My lady, if you come every week to make a change,
Yeah.
every change that you make, we must make sure that you have a custom fit before going and sewing on the actual silk.
So what you're saying is that the problem is not that you were slow in sewing, but that
No.
she kept changing how
every
she
week,
wanted.
every time that she
Okay,
came in.
I'm fine. And according to you, you never changed it?
This only thing
Yes or
one
no?
time.
What did you change it to?
From the one that she just presented to the original Boutsier. She just
Then
showed
that's
you.
two times, because the original drawings were just a bustier, a strapless. That's
Yeah,
the
this
original
one.
drawings. And the one she sewed has straps.
Why on God's green earth would she do it if you hadn't asked her?
Because when my husband requested me to bring the Boussier in, he just specifically said, do you want it this way with the straps? I know the other one didn't have straps, but you want I said this way, yes, because with this Boussier, it had to be straps. Since he's gonna take this design, it has to be a strap to hold me in.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So who's more difficult when a custom dress is made? The customer or the dressmaker?
Definitely the customer.
Because?
Because you gotta make it however they want it, I guess.
And why would the way they want it be so difficult?
Because girls are difficult.
There you go. What do you think?
Customer, probably, they would be very finicky with the whole problem.
Because they want what they want. They're making it custom. You buying that?
Probably the custom maker.
for me.
The custom maker. Oh, you kind of split it there. I kind of like that. The custom maker going inside the courtroom.
So let's go over what you are suing for, because somehow a $700 case turned into a $2,600 case. So you're suing for the $700 you paid to her, which she did pay you, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. You're suing for $798 that you spent on the one new dress.
Yes.
You didn't have a costume change then, or an outfit change at your party? Or you
No,
did?
no, I couldn't.
All right, and if you have a breach of contract between two people, the concept behind court is to make you whole.
Yes.
That means that you're not going to be in a better position than you were in before the bad thing was done to you, assuming a bad thing was done to you.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Because in the beginning of all this, you're supposed to pay for a dress for your party.
Yes.
Okay. You're also suing for $363.50 for a car rental at one time and $750 for a car rental for 7 days another time. And I need you to explain to me why your dressmaker would have to pay you that.
Well, I just feel because if my dresses would have been made, both dresses would have been made from June 30th to August 16th, I wouldn't have to rent a car. Well, I have documents from my doctor to state that I can't travel, on public transportation because of the spine.
All right. So here's what we're going to do. In order to make them return your money, I have to find that they breached. Did she breach, or did you not let her finish in order to not breach? Did you pull the rug out from under them and say, "Forget it, stop," because I don't think you're going to be able to get to where I want you to get. But wait, give me a chance to get there. No, just let it go. That's you pulling out of the contract. That is not them. And under no circumstances would I ever order a dressmaker to pay for your rental car, nor would I order them to also pay for $800 for your Beyonce dress. It's just nuts. Now, there is a certain amount of work that you do not have to complete, right? And that's worth something because of the fact that you don't have to finish doing this. So I am going to order you to repay $100 to the plaintiff. And all of that stuff goes to her, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Gone. Okay. I don't know what you're going to do with it, but that's my judgment. Good luck, folks.
Thank you very much.
Well, so the plaintiff hears the judge rule against you. What's your feeling about the outcome?
It's okay. It's okay. I think it's okay.
Why is it so okay?
Because I fought well. I'm sorry that she had her own opinion, but God take care of you.
Well, how'd you look in the?
Fabulous.
You looked fantastic.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Well, you keep on partying, all right?
Yes, I'm gonna do the best I can.
Don't stop partying.
I won't.
All right.
Thank
all
you.
Right, head right down this way. All right, so come on in here and tell me, you satisfied with the outcome here?
Yes,
right?
I am.
What happened here? Why do you think she canceled the dress if you were doing such great work?
Well, you have times where you can please people, and sometimes you can't please everyone. In our business, if you're doing custom, something is made for your body, you can't give it to someone else.
Why don't you get changes that your customers agree to in writing? Get their agreement, get their initials on the drawing, something like that, so...
Well,
you have the proof
you live, you learn. I'll know by next week it will definitely happen.
Let's go to Harvey now.
When you hire somebody to do a job, you have to give the other person a reasonable opportunity to finish, and the plaintiff didn't give the defendant that opportunity, which is why the plaintiff lost. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso and Samra Origins by the Weekend Coffee Collection.
Introducing Samra Origins. My collaboration with Nespresso is a connection to my roots, to my mother, Samra. Coffee that hits the right notes. It transports you. Crafted with unique notes and bold, soaring flavors. Experience a taste that moves you. Nespresso and Samra Origins.
Discover more at Nespresso.com.
This episode is brought to you by eBay. Buying parts for your car? You'll know that will it work feeling. But on eBay, buying parts is different. eBay's free returns means if it doesn't fit, or if it isn't what you expected, you just print a label, drop it off, and get your refund fast. No haggling, no stress, and at least 30 days to return any eligible item. Millions of parts, free returns. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
This is the plaintiff, Ebony Cologne. She says the defendant, her landlord, refuses to return her security deposit, even though she was a model tenant of hers for the last 5 years. Obviously, there was some normal wear and tear on the place, but the defendant's refusing to return her security, and that's not right. She's suing for $800, the amount she's owed. This is the defendant, Monica Saavedra. She says the damages were certainly not from normal wear and tear, and she as a landlord has every right in the world to keep the plaintiff's security to repair all the damages she left behind. She's quite confident the law is on her side, and when she presents all the evidence to the judge will side with her for sure. She's accused of keeping it all.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff says she was a model tenant for 5 years and her landlord refuses to return her security. But the defendant says the plaintiff caused big-time damage. It's the case of you wear and tear me out.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Ebony Cologne?
Yes.
How do you pronounce your last name?
Cologne.
Cologne, you are suing, what's your name?
Monica Saavedra.
Monica Saavedra for $800, a security deposit that you gave your former landlord that she is, according to you, wrongfully not returning to you. Tell me what happened.
I lived in that apartment about 4 years. I moved in December 2008. I moved out in March of 2013. During my time there, I mainly seen Monica when she picked up the rent. She did fix some stuff, but not too much. When I called her to receive my answer about the security, she told me that there was a lot of damages done to the apartment, which she claims that I poured water into the radiator. I damaged the floor. That I did. There was a hole that her brother placed in the downstairs.
That what?
Her brother placed in the downstairs hallway, bringing the stove into the house.
And she was pinning it on you, but you're saying her brother did it?
Yes, and he fixed it, but he didn't fix it correctly.
Okay.
So I did damage 2 doors in the apartment.
How did you damage them?
Just, I don't know. I lived there.
Are there holes in them?
There were holes there.
But how did you get holes in the doors?
Probably moving furniture in.
Okay.
My daughter was born in that apartment. She's 4. But I replaced those doors.
Okay. How did you replace those doors?
I went to Home Depot and bought new doors.
That were not pre-drilled, and you did not mount them. You just brought them in and laid them down for her to mount.
Yes.
And hire somebody to, okay.
I also puttied the holes, the holes that I did put in there, which was mainly nails for pictures, but there was a hole that I did place in that wall that I puttied, and I left a half a gallon of paint.
I gotta see your putty job. All right, let me see pictures, all right? And then as it turns out, and let me see your pictures too. So as it turns out, when you were leaving, did you have any inkling she was going to keep your security deposit, or you guys had a great relationship?
We had a great relationship.
In fact, according to you, she spoke with your new landlord.
My new landlord and gave me a great reference, and I mean, we had a great relationship. I don't understand where
So when did you first find out that she wasn't going to return your security deposit?
When she wasn't returning my phone calls.
Oh, and that was when?
That was a couple of days after she received the keys, and I left messages. And
what day did you move out?
I moved out March 1st. She received the keys March 3rd. Upon her request, I gave the neighbor.
How did she receive the keys March 3rd? From the neighbor?
Upon her request, she asked me to give the neighbor the key. I was supposed to give it to her brother. He never showed. I moved to another town, and I had to go. He never showed. So I called her and let her know the neighbor got the key to the apartment, and I also took pictures of the apartment.
What is this picture of?
The kitchen floor that I also called her about that needed to be fixed, and she never fixed it.
The kitchen floor that you called her about when?
When I lived in the apartment.
When you lived there, or when you were moving?
No, when I lived.
You were about to say when you were moving.
No, when I lived in that apartment.
Do you have any record of having notified her of this rip in the kitchen floor before you moved out? Because you know what she's going to say, right? Like,
yes.
Why did you destroy my floor? And you need to pay for it now, and that's why I'm keeping your security deposit. This is what, the radiator?
That's the radiator in the bathroom. Just showing pictures of the rust and stuff that was in that apartment.
This is water damage down here.
That was the radiators. I kept those covers because I also called her about the dust and the rust coming from them. When I lived in that apartment, she never fixed that either.
Do you have that in writing anywhere? Can
No,
I just
I don't.
suggest to you that when you have a complaint about something with your landlord, that you send an email or a text or something that you can keep a writing of?
There's things that
and
Monica
take pictures
did
of it
fix.
then and send them in the email so that you can prove that that's something that you've been complaining of, and that way you could show it to a court of law one day. Ugh, what is all that?
That's the radiators.
What's that?
That's her
The wall, like?
Yeah. I pulled my bed out, and that's what was behind it.
Okay. What's going on?
Okay, she moved out the 28th. She was supposed to be out by the 28th because she paid rent up to the 28th of February, not up to March 3rd. I had told her, actually, call me when you have the key. If I can, I will come and get it. She was supposed to actually give it to my brother a couple of days earlier. She was supposed to give it to him on the 28th or the 1st. And I since she hadn't, I called her, and she said, I'm still moving out. When I have the keys, I will call you, because I said, call me. If not, if I can't make it, you could leave it with the neighbor.
When did she move out?
She was there at least until the 2nd, if not the 3rd. I got the keys back on the 3rd.
And you think that she was there until the 2nd, but you weren't present when she was moving. Who's the gentleman with you?
This is my brother.
This is a brother who was moving the stove?
Yes.
Good for you, man.
Thank you.
So, if you hammer nails in the wall to put pictures up in an apartment, can the landlord deduct that from your security when you move out, or is that just part of the deal?
I think the landlord has the right to deduct that from your pay.
Security?
Yeah, from your security, depending on the severity of the hole. You know.
So is small holes okay?
Small holes would be fine. Small holes are all right. Big holes, I don't know about big holes.
Yeah, I don't know about small holes.
I think that they should charge you no matter what, because you're like damaging their property. So.
Yeah, but the other side of it is, hey, you know what? You put pictures up. Everybody knows that.
I think they should charge, because it's not yours. You're just renting. So, but it depends on the contract. So.
There you go. Ding, 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 ding. Going inside the courtroom.
May I clarify something about the hole in the wall? The hole was there already. And you can see that the slappy, you couldn't leave walls like that with those patches. You know, it looks horrible.
Is that this stuff?
That's one of them. That's when
one
you
of them.
come up the
Right.
stairs.
That's at the end of the
immediately
staircase.
to the right. That she considers a fixed wall.
That's it?
Yes.
Oh my God,
That's
these
it.
are awful. I mean, it's supposed to look right. It's supposed to look smooth. That's not how it's done. So she's got to pay somebody to redo those, that's for sure. Why didn't you get out on the 1st?
March 1st, I was out of the apartment March 1st. I was sitting around waiting for her brother. I moved to another town. He never showed. I actually had to call those people again.
But you know, March 1st is one day into March.
That was our agreement. March 1st.
That was your agreement?
March 1st. I was supposed to move February.
Somebody else has to be in there March 1st if she's going to rent it March 1st. Did you have another renter or not yet?
No,
Anyway?
I couldn't have
But
rented
somebody's
like
supposed
that.
to be in there on March 1st. That person, people don't move in March 2nd.
March 1st was my move date, and
why would March 1st be your move date? It would be the last day of the month, which is February 28th.
Where I was moving, I was already packed out. I was moving into another apartment. March 1st was our.
But you
agreement.
understand what I'm saying, or you seem to not
Wasn't.
understand what I'm saying, but by the vehemence with which you're answering me. When you are going to move out, you're supposed to move out at the end of the month. You understand that when you move one day into March, you are now occupying the place in March. And what the law says is that you owe March now because you're there in March. You don't move out on the 28th. You don't move out at the end of the month. You can't move out March 1st, 2nd, or 3rd because it's a weekend and it's convenient for you. You have to move out at the end of the month. You have to clear out at the end of the month. Do you understand that?
I was in my new apartment March 1st. I was outside of the apartment. I understand what you're saying.
You do, right?
I was not in that apartment. We agreed March 1st.
I'm sorry. This is your testimony. Your first testimony when you filed the complaint was I was out March 3rd.
March
you must
3rd.
have thought about it. Now you said March 1st and changed it today to March 1st. Now it's March 1st. That's fine. March 1st is in March. And the law says that if you're there at all in the next month, you have to pay the next month. It's not in increments. It's not per day. You have to pay the next month because that's what a month-to-month means. Okay, that you have to pay the next month if you're there. Why? Because if you're still there on the 1st, she can't rent it out. It makes no difference that she hadn't rented it out. She can't rent it out. You're still there in March. So you have now taken over the place for the month of March. When you do that, you needed to have been out of there on February 28th. That's when you needed to have been out of there to be able to claim it. So forget about the hundreds of dollars that the new patch job and everything else and the doors and everything else are going to cost. I mean, she's just trying to keep the $800. And she would have a right to do it just on when you moved out. And by the way, I think when you moved out was March 3rd, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to assume it's March 1st. It still entitles them to rent for the month of March. My verdict in this case is for the defendant.
Even though she already knew about it?
Yeah. Even though you move out in March, you must pay March. It's simple.
even though
It's
the landlord knew
exactly
about it.
like the law says for you, just for everybody else. You are not privileged. It's exactly the way the law says for you. There's no exception for you.
She rented it out the same month.
April.
And she knew you was leaving.
Did you rent it out in March?
Yes.
No,
the same
I
month,
did not.
Easter.
I rented it out in April. I gave the keys a couple days early. I like to do that for my
These
tenants.
people were moved
I gave the keys a couple days early so
You
they
have
could
to
move
pay
in.
March. All right.
Are you serious?
Well, the plaintiff has forfeited that security deposit, and if you're, as you're saying, that she rented it out in March, is what you're saying? You should have been able to prove that in the courtroom.
It was.
You should have been able to prove that in the courtroom that she had rented it out in March somehow, if you wanted to use that as evidence. But you do know what the judge said, that the law says if you live there one day in March, then you have to pay March.
Well, then she should have said that before she agreed to allow her to move out in March 1st, because the original date was February
March
15th,
1st,
and
I
she
was in
would
my
not
next
let her
apartment.
go. We moved the same exact day to the same exact complex, which they had to talk to the
On
same
March
exact
1st.
people, everything, and they knew that we could not sign our leases until March 1st.
All right.
Which she agreed to it.
All right.
Like, are you serious?
Right that way, okay? All right, step on in here. They're claiming that you rented this place out in March.
That's not true.
How
I
could
gave
you?
the keys.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
with all that damage, if you saw the pictures, you'd see that there was no
You
way.
couldn't rent it.
I have receipts showing up to the 25th. Actually, the guy finished doing the floors on the 25th, and I have a receipt showing. So how could somebody move in with wet floors?
No, well, the law's clear about
Yes.
March 1st and pay March. Harvey?
You know, if the landlord did actually rent the apartment out in March, the plaintiff wouldn't have to pay anything. But the reality here is that the landlord has a legal duty, as they call it, to mitigate damages, which means to minimize it. This landlord tried, couldn't rent it till April, and that's why the plaintiff lost. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
If you thought goldenly breaded McDonald's chicken couldn't get more golden, think Golder! Because new sweet and smoky special edition gold sauce is here. Made for your chicken favorites.
At participating McDonald's for a limited time.
This is the plaintiff, Darman Gardner. He says he purchased a riding lawnmower from the defendant, and the guy sold him a machine that leaked oil and had a loud knocking noise. When he asked for his money back, the defendant told him he spent it to pay off his bills. Huh? Bottom line, the guy unloaded a mower in deplorable condition, and he deserves his $1,405 back. This is the defendant, James Henderson. He says he most definitely sold the lawnmower in as-is condition and has no control over how the thing was treated once he sold it. The plaintiff's a fool. He owes him nothing and is confident the judge will agree. He's accused of clipping a guy, but good.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff bought a lawnmower from the defendant, and the thing leaked like crazy. But the defendant says it was as is, so tough. It's the case of give me Mower.
Darman Gardner?
Yes, ma'am.
You are suing James Henderson for $1,405, the cost of a mower, lost wages, punitive damages, and a tune-up that you spent trying to get that mower working as you say he represented. Tell me what
Correct.
happened.
Well, my wife and I recently purchased a house at the beginning of this year, and we realized that the mower we had wasn't going to mow the lawn. You know, it's a fairly big, long half-acre. And so we decided to search around for a mower. I found Mr. Henderson's on Craigslist. I contacted Mr. Henderson. I asked him what his bottom line was on the mower, how much he would take cash today. He said $700. I had asked him, I said, you know, how old's the mower? He said it's about 7 years old. I said, okay, you know, $700 for a 7-year-old mower. Then I asked him, I said, you know, what's wrong with it? And he said nothing. I said, so it's in good mechanical condition? He said, yes. I said, okay, I'll come over and have a look.
Have you ever had a ride mower before?
Yeah, I've had several.
You've had several, okay.
Yeah. When I got to his house, the mower was on top of the hill. I did a quick look over of it, you know. So I said, okay, I'll take, after, you know, he demonstrated it. He says I looked at
How
thoroughly.
long did he demonstrate? How did he demonstrate it?
He put the thing in gear. He moved it forward 10 inches. He moved it back 10 inches. Everything seemed to be okay.
Did you test drive it?
I did not. I did not. Well, I mean, I didn't know.
But why not?
I don't know. Because, I mean, I didn't think it was necessary. He seemed like a nice, honest guy that would...
Who you've known all your life?
Well,
I mean, what
not
difference
really.
does it make whether he seems like a nice, honest guy? You're buying a used item that's 7 years old. Why would you not test drive it?
When he moved it, it sounded fine.
For the 10 inches? Did you
yeah.
move it 10 inches?
I don't recall exactly how far, Your Honor. I moved it forward and backward.
Do you guys know what 10 inches is?
Yeah, it's about this far.
Yeah, but not even. But okay, so like, you know.
I had just driven it around the yard and...
In front of him?
No, before he got there.
Is it me? Like, why wouldn't, if you're buying a mower and you have grass, right? You're not like in Manhattan.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so he could have test driven it on your grass. Is there a reason he couldn't? Is there something I don't know about mowers?
No reason at all, ma'am.
So why wouldn't you, who are buying the item?
Because when it's running, you would think that if you put it in gear and
How'd that
moved
work
it-
out for you?
What do you mean?
Well, when it's running, you would think that when you put it in gear, how'd that work out for you,
Well,
that
it
little
didn't work out
philosophy?
too good. Obviously, I'm here. But
Okay, so how'd that work out for you? I guess so I'm not so crazy, right? That maybe people should test drive things before they buy them. Or, here's something even more renegade, have a mechanic look at them. All right, so now you bought it on the 30th of March?
Correct.
Okay, and then you take it home and
I
then
took it home. Me and my wife lugged the thing out of the back of my truck. I pulled it around, started the mower. I got on and started the mower. I pulled it around the back of my house. I have a little grassy knoll. I took it up the grassy knoll. As soon as I went up the hill, the engine kind of stuttered and it was banging. I said, okay, so I pulled it over to the side of my deck. I checked the oil, and I noticed that the oil was over full.
Over full?
Over full, yes, over the full mark.
Okay.
And I looked under the engine, and there was a steady drip coming down. And I said, well, maybe it's just because it's over full on oil that it's coming somewhere. I don't know. So immediately I went to Lowe's. I purchased an air filter, spark plug, oil filter, oil. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. I didn't want to think that he would, sell me the mower with an oil leak. So I serviced the oil.
You didn't want to think that what?
I didn't want to think
you didn't want
he
to
would
think that he
sell
would
me
do
the
what?
mower being in the state it was in. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Well, what is the state the mower's in? Have you ever had a mechanic look at it?
Yes.
Can I see the mechanic's report?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, so go ahead.
So anyway, I did the tune-up, and it was about 8 o'clock at night.
You did the tune-up?
I did. I am
Okay.
a technician, ma'am. Bronze certified Chrysler Tech. And so I'm kind of disappointed in myself as well.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, well, I mean,
What kind of technician are you?
I'm an automotive technician. I currently work in the
And
marine
you didn't,
industry.
the diagnosis here is that the engine has a crack on the right side, and you didn't see the engine?
No, ma'am. There's big covers that go over the top of
Do
the
the
engine.
covers come off?
They do, but I mean,
And you,
don't
as
normally...
a mechanic, didn't look at the engine?
Well, I mean, you don't normally bring your tool bag and rip a motor apart.
No,
or a
I
tractor
don't.
apart.
I don't normally
think
bring my tool
anybody
bag.
does, to be
I
honest.
kind of expect you to, but I don't normally bring my tool bag.
Well,
What's going on here? Did you sell him a mower that you... he says that he needs a new engine now on the mower, that you just sold him a piece of goods and lied about it. What's going on?
So is not test driving a lawnmower as stupid as not test driving a used car?
Well, not test driving a lawnmower is as stupid as buying candy that you haven't tried before. Like, it doesn't make sense.
I mean, the candy that you actually buy, you just sample in the store and then decide to buy it or not?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, I'm buying that. That's called shoplifting, going inside the courtroom.
I had the mower for quite a few years. We used it in our yard when it was larger. I decided to turn our front yard into a garden and didn't need the mower anymore. And our son's a teenager now, so I've got him using a push mower. I listed on Craigslist for $800.
So he comes over, he sees a mower, doesn't test drive it. You move it 10 inches and then 10 inches. The 20 inches is enough for him. He's a mechanic. Gotcha, go on.
Ran it, turned on the blades, showed him that the bags work on the back and whatnot. He played with it for a few minutes, looked at it, heard it run, shut it off, said, I'll take it, and he left. The following morning, or the following day, I was at work, he called me and said that he had taken the lawnmower home, did a tune-up on it, did an oil change on it, and now it's leaking oil, and he wants a refund.
Did he ever say anything about a crack in a motor?
Not until today.
I didn't see anything in your complaint about a crack in the motor. Not once in your complaint you say anything about an engine being cracked.
I forgot to mention that, but I mean...
Forgot to mention the engine was cracked?
Well, no.
But tell me about, why are you suing $700 it costs a motor, but you're suing for double that? Why?
Well, I'm suing for $700 for the cost of the mower, $144 for lost wages, $61 that I put into the mower going to Lowe's, and $500 punitive damages.
On account of what?
On account of that, well, it ruined my Easter Sunday with my family. I was pretty upset, you know. I mean, really, as a technician, going in front of my family and telling them about this story, it was, see?
Right.
That's what I get.
I bet it ruined your Easter.
The thing of it is somebody JB welded the block, man.
Somebody what?
JB welded the block. It says
What does
on
that
the-
mean?
It means somebody took a 2-part epoxy metal alloy and patched the crack on the block. That's what it says on the receipt there. The block has been patched. Mr. Henderson states that there was no sign of any oil leaks. I have pictures here of his original posting ad that I would like to share with you.
Crack has been what?
Patched, I believe that's what it says.
What do people do when there's a crack? They patch it?
Well, you can use JB Weld. I mean, some people can repair engine blocks.
Okay, do you know anything about that?
No, Your Honor.
Did you patch it?
No, Your Honor.
Did you have it patched? Did you ever have a motor repair?
No, Your Honor.
Well, then why do you suppose it's there?
I have no idea.
Well, are you the original owner?
I am.
So you don't think this is, you think this is false?
I don't doubt that it's true. I think it may be something the plaintiff might have put on there trying to patch the crack in the block.
You think he cracked it?
Driving
it over the grassy knoll? Once again, the grassy knoll solves the mystery.
It was not cracked and spewing oil when I ran it. It wasn't cracked when it was sitting here.
Yeah,
it wasn't cracked when we loaded up into his truck. It wasn't cracked until after he went home and worked on it.
Okay, Mr. Gardner, I like you. I may not have liked you on Easter Sunday when you were all torqued up about this, but I certainly like you now. You have a good attitude about it, and you're a funny guy. But I don't understand how it is that I can possibly order him to pay you back the money under these circumstances.
Because
No.
Okay.
That's a rhetorical question, not a real question. You know, because the problem is you bought an item as is, and somebody's saying it's mechanically sound. Is it mechanically sound? Yep, runs well. That's a classic statement under the law that does not create a warranty. There's a million cases that talk to that. When someone says, yeah, it runs really well, that is not a warranty. A warranty is something very specific. And you know, you had every opportunity to test drive this, to look at it. You're actually a car mechanic. That's the part that has you so angry, and that makes this even so much noteworthy for me. But if there's an oil leak, I expect you to see it, and I expect you to kind of see it soon.
in one of the photos, man.
And well, then the photos of that you're showing me of the bottom of the thing are, you know, for all I know, when you're
That's
driving it
not 12
around, stop
hours,
talking and listen. When you're driving it around, you hit a rock and that ends up. I have no idea how that ends up. But the bottom line is that the law is that it's an as-is sale, and that you should have been more careful, just like you feel in your heart, and that I cannot find in your favor under these circumstances. My verdict's for the defendant.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And with that, the plaintiff has just bought himself a lawnmower.
Lawnmower junk, right?
I don't know.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, but it's your reputation as a mechanic that's
Well, I
at
believe
stake
it's
here.
an as-is, as-in good mechanical condition situation, and, well, I mean, if the law is the law, that's the law.
Yeah, you learned a little about the law there.
There you go.
And so what about your reputation? Is it still intact, you think?
Oh,
or-
yeah, absolutely. You know, one bad instance doesn't create.
All right. Did you JB weld that thing?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
All right.
12 hours I JB welded it, and all that grass and oil got on the bottom of the mower.
Okay. All right. All right. How could he JB weld it in just 12 hours?
I have no idea. It's the first time I've heard of it, and it's been a couple of months since he bought the mower.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think happened? You think he cracked that thing?
I think he cracked it. I think he put too much oil in it. And being a high-pressure crankcase, from what I've read on the internet, if you overfill it with oil, when you change the oil, you can crack it. Or
And
blow.
that thing you're saying was in not perfect, but good
Not
working
perfect.
order
It was
with no problems?
It was used, but there was no oil, there was no problems.
No cracks.
It ran.
Mm-hmm. All right, Harvey, as is.
Pretty simple. An as-is deal can be undone by fraud, and that's it.